The Jewish Federation of Chicago was founded by Jews to care for fellow Jews in need, rooted in the belief of collective action and collective responsibility.
Federation's at the heart of a network of agencies that serve people in need who have nowhere else to go. Network includes CJE Senior Life, JCFS Chicago, and the JCC. Together, we take care of the most vulnerable. It includes Holocaust survivors, people with disabilities, and people in abject poverty. Jews take care of other Jews. It's part of our tradition. If someone doesn't have a family, we are their family.
Kol Yisrael, Aravim, Ze B'Zeh. All Israel is responsible for one another, is Federation's reason for being. And it became Dr. Stephen B. Nasatir's statement of purpose. Initially, Steve's awakening about the Federation came in the run-up to the Six-Day War.
There was an emergency campaign, and I didn't have a whole lot of money, but I did make a $25 donation in 1967 to that campaign because I just wanted to be part of something, I think. And that was that. And then, of course, the relief, the miracle, the extraordinary achievements at that time took place, and so it had my attention.
4 years later, JUF gave Steve his first job outside of academia.
And someone from the 67 period of time, because I had that little connection, said, well, why don't you go talk to the Federation? And I said, talk to them about what? The next 48 years kind of gone by in a blink.
That story took a major turn 8 years later when Steve was chosen to succeed Jim Rice as JUF's fourth chief executive.
I was on the committee that selected Steve as incoming president, and we can be very thankful that we made the judgment of selecting him.
Steve quickly established himself as a civic leader of the greater Chicago community, as well as Chicago's Jewish community.
This is a federation which has, in its history, turned outward as well as inward in terms of our people. Steve has been a part of that impulse. If you look at the record of the things that he has done and that we have done because of him, you will see in the heart of this city, there's still a Mount Sinai hospital. Immigrants have always been a high priority for us. And this federation has joined in the resettlement of refugees, Bosnia, Haiti, Vietnamese, Indo-Chinese, joined in all kinds of leadership roles, dealing with immigrant issues affecting not just our people, but the welfare of immigrants generally.
A number of months back, I had opportunity to meet with the Russian Jewish Division leadership, and while chatting with these young adults whose parents fled oppression and came here to pursue the American dream, I became aware that this group includes doctors, teachers, and successful business people. Knowing that made me feel good about what we did and who they have become, and I cannot help but connect the journey of these young people to become full participants in the American society to another group of young people who also came to this country as young children under different circumstances. The dreamers are also going to school. And the dreamers are also finding their way to become a generation of doctors, members of the military, rescue workers in Texas and in Florida, and full participating members of American society. And while this annual meeting is not the place to discuss all the complexities of immigration reform, and while your federation remains steadfast in our nonpartisanship, we must be very clear. Providing permanent protection for this group should in no way be a partisan issue.
Indeed, beyond his profound commitment to the Jewish community, Steve's concern extends to non-Jews, both here and abroad. JUF Federation helps more than 500,000 people in need in Chicago and has raised $6.2 million since Hurricane Katrina to aid victims of disasters throughout the U.S. and around the world.
We're standing outside the presidential palace in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and I think the scene in many ways says it all. What was a beautiful edifice is now crumbled. And amidst this destruction, we've seen in a short day the will of the people of Haiti to deal with their difficulty and to rebuild.
Steve also has been at the forefront of rebuilding Jewish lives at home.
The Chicago Jewish community is gathered together tonight to assure everyone in this room that you did not triumph over persecution only to succumb to poverty. You are our extended family, and we will not turn our backs on you. My friends, no matter what transpires in the coming weeks and months, I'm here to tell you that JUF will not allow Jews to go to bed hungry. JUF will not allow Jews to sleep in the street.
JUF Federation rose to the challenge of growing needs during the recession of 2008 with the J-Help initiative, providing extra funds to accelerate human service delivery to community members hit hard by the economic downturn.
J-Help is really an initiative that will enable the Jewish Federation to take dollars and reprioritize them for the most vulnerable in our community and those with really critical and immediate needs.
Under Steve's leadership, JUF has been a catalyst for innovations in both resource development and service delivery, serving as a beacon of help and hope in Chicago, in Israel, and around the world.